Hi guys, happy Sunday. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and read to you guys chapter 16 and 17. I might do chapter 18 as well, but in a separate video. Chapter 16 is super short. It needs a lot of work. So, um, chapter 16 of my second book, Still Singing, is chapter 16, Busy Busy, September 19th, 2022. This was a Monday, day 74. And the quote is by Matteo Sol. It says, "When we meet and fall into the gravitational pull of a narcissist, we are entering a significant life lesson that involves learning how to create boundaries, self respect, and resilience. Through trial and error and a lot of pain, our connection with narcissists teach us the necessary lessons we need to become mature empaths." Okay. It says, my words, "I went to bed at a decent time, so I ran out of time to write. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to have a very busy day with work today. So I am up, showered, dressed, makeup on, ready to go. I'm going to get classes ready for the day, and then I shall write some." Well, that took forever. I did a bunch of work, affirmed and sent out an IEP, got all my classes ready for today, and updated my IEP for this afternoon. It's good to keep busy, but I shouldn't have to work outside of contracted hours to get my work completed. But at least I'm completely ready for the day. I'm teaching in 3 minutes, so I shall write more later. Okay. We haven't really gotten into narciss- uh, narcissistic abuse in a workplace. This job that I had was full of narcissists, and I wasn't seeing it at the time, um, especially with Devlin, who I've mentioned a bit in my first book. Devlin Devlin was a monster in my eyes. Um, Devlin started out as a friend, a fellow teacher. We worked together, and we were going to go to Graham's birthday party together in Palm Springs, where Devlin lived. Devlin didn't show up. I didn't know what was going on. Um, Lo and behold, behind my back, she was becoming my boss and had lied to me about it because she had said that she absolutely was not going to take the position. I didn't know until the first day back at work, and it was a slap in the face. And um, it went to her head big time. She said at one point that we were like children. We were like children, the teachers. Like she was in charge of children. It was so unbelievably rude. The amount of narcissists in the workplace at that job were ridiculous, and you could never do enough. Um, Someone that worked above me had said it was an impossible job. It was an impossible job. I was working between 12 and 14-hour days and weekends and couldn't get it all done. I couldn't get it all done. There just wasn't enough time in the work week. There wasn't enough time, period, to get all the things done. Um, it was terrible. It was a terrible job and made me sour on teaching. Will I go back to teaching? I don't know. I don't know. Um, and the whole reason is because the job before that is when I got hurt and disabled, and then this job soured me to not teaching itself. I love to teach. I love the kids. I love um, seeing their little faces light up when they grasp a concept and knowing that I help them get there. There's nothing better than that. But the administrative side of it is awful. And in the two teaching jobs that I've had, and the two teaching jobs that I've had equaled 14 years. So it was a long time. Anyway, we're going to start getting into the meat and potatoes, if you will, of narcissism in the workplace and what the hell happened and why I'm not teaching right now. All right. But first, Chapter 17 is titled Judas, as in Aunt Judas. This was September 20th, 2022, Tuesday, day 75. The quote is, "Relationships with narcissists are held in place by the hope of a someday better, with little evidence to support it will ever arrive." That's Dr. Ramani Durvasula. My words. Today was a lot. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I worked, tried to go swimming, but there was a huge party at the pool. No laps today, damn it. So I took Graham to the grocery store. We talked a lot. She's curious about the book, and she doesn't remember asking me to read it several times a day. I have to remind her that there are upsetting things in it. So she says she doesn't want to be upset, so maybe she won't read it right now. I always agree with her. We go through this multiple times a day. She doesn't remember. It breaks my heart. I know her memory is bad, but she doesn't know how bad. This, coupled with Gage leaving home, being ignored by Adia, the falling out of family, the uncertainty of where I will live now, the stress of work, the healing process I'm going through, it's a lot. God, I wish I could go swim. It's 10 p.m., no way I could sneak in, damn it. But I'm trying to live in the moment. Graham and I had deep discussions tonight. We had a crap ton of laughs. We went to get her in and out, her favorite. She was so happy when I dropped her off. She always walks in, does not look back, but outstretches her right arm behind her back and waves goodbye every time. I absolutely love it. It's comforting to me. I seriously want to do a sketch of that and make it into a tattoo. I think that would be a beautiful way to honor her. I was talking with Devlin tonight. Something important came up. I need to write about it. And talk it over with Abigail. Aunt Judas has tried to justify her homophobia by saying that she and the church are accepting of gay people as long as they don't sin, meaning sleep with people of the same sex. She tried preaching this shit to me. I called bullshit and said she's simply homophobic. She sprung it on me that a good friend of hers that I have known since childhood was a lesbian, and it suddenly all made sense. This friend of hers walked around with an aura of constant sadness. I knew she had an eating disorder of some sort. Her weight was always extremely fluctuating. Sometimes she looked anorexic. Sometimes she had trouble walking because she was so heavy. I instinctively knew she was suffering. Even as a child, I knew this. Like recognizes like. It's so damn true. She was in so much pain, emotionally and psychologically, and I'm sure spiritually. She died of health problems I don't know the details of, but I'm sure her broken heart played a role in her death. Imagine always being told that you are only okay if you deny huge pieces of yourself, that you are not worthy of the partner you choose, that you will burn in hell for eternity if you dare to be real, to be yourself. My anger for the aunt has been around for a long time. She's the worst of the maternal figure's flying monkeys, the worst enabler. I remember she came over all the time after the maternal figure and faux father divorced, feigning being a good person. Yet again, she would cook dinner, clean up, play pretend housewife. She even tried to mother the siblings and I. Kiss my ass, crazy woman. You are not my parent. But her true intentions were insidious. The maternal figure had sent her to do dirty work. She went through our photo albums, stole pictures of the maternal figure, and God knows what else. I truly believe she has justified stealing and being a manipulative bitch by telling herself that she is helping the maternal figure. I believe she thinks she can make the maternal figure come to her senses, to be well, to be healthy in her mind, by doing her bidding, and by constantly giving her reminders of us and us of her. It's so fucking apparent, and such a sorry-ass scheme. And I think that is coupled with her attempting to keep the maternal figure from constantly going off the rails. All I know is that her loyalties have always lied with the maternal figure, no matter how horrific the maternal figure's deeds may be, and the rest of us, and fuck the rest of us. She doesn't even attempt to understand us. As the maternal figure's children, she has no respect she has no respect for me at all, which has killed all respect I ever had for her. Such a snake. I've struggled with my deep dislike of her, bordering on hatred. All of these are the reasons why. And the worst The worst is so damn painful because it involved a betrayal of both Aunt Judith and Graham. One I finally spoke of with Graham tonight. This one's one of the worst to me. She wanted to know if I had anger towards her from my childhood. I said there were a couple of instances, but the big one involved both my Aunt Judith and Graham using my son as a pawn to get the maternal figure to return to our lives, all behind my back. I will write in detail of this incident later. I'm glad I told Graham I was hurt. I was still hurt and angry because of it. I don't ever bring it up because I don't want to hurt her, but that is codependent as hell. So I was honest and said tonight. She became defensive. She's my daughter, Jaren, my reply. So, I'm your granddaughter. That is your first great-grandson. What you and Aunt Judith did was inexcusable and just plain wrong. I needed to voice it. It's constantly on my mind. Not anymore. Thank God. I needed to let it out. She was okay. I told her I just needed to be honest, to talk about my true feelings. It was really difficult to do. Anyway, that's why this has been on my mind tonight. I really need to talk about Aunt Judith. She has been on my mind lately. I'm glad I got that all out. Okay. I will tell you what they did coming up. What they did with my son and the scheme that they pulled. I never trusted them again. Ever. I don't know if I did before that, but I sure as hell didn't after that. I'm going to end the video here because it's already at 11 minutes, but I will come back and read you chapter 18. Be right back.